Hello, everyone. We starting right now. Ricardo joined us just in time.
Yeah. Did you hear me?
Yeah,
Do
I
you
can
hear
hear you.
me?
Yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you. We are live, and we just started. This is White Widow Goes to Hell. Kind of a fun, provocative title that we have for the next issue. As you guys know, we this White Widow is part of the Absolute Universe. She's basically the founding member, if you will, and in part of that universe, we've already seen her cross over with Dual Identity in issue 3 and 4. In issue 5, she spins off a new series called "I Make Boys Cry," which began its first issue as part of that crossover. And now in issue 6, with the events that you guys will soon see, which, by the way, if you're Kickstarter backers, you should start seeing your digitals here soon. The books are at the printer and everything. We had some issues. We've had to switch up printers a little bit to get things done. Just the wonderful world of COVID. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, we are getting those out, so you'll see and be able to read what's going on with the issue 5 of I Make Boys White Widow and the issue 1 of I Make Boys Cry here soon. Um, this is going to be a little bit of a sneak peek as to what's going on, as well as some backstory, because in issue 6 of White Widow, she's going to cross over with Darkon's issue 3. And I'm joined here by Ricardo Jaime. Did I pronounce that right? I believe.
So, kind of, because
Close enough.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't,
close enough. Because
you're
the
Portuguese,
Jaime, yeah, it's more Spanish. Here
right?
we speak Jaime.
Jaime. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
it's a little weird because every time someone speaks my name in Spanish, okay, but okay,
Yeah, I grew up in Texas, so for me it's all
yeah,
uh, Spanish. So
yeah, a lot of
um,
Spanish over there.
although we do have a lot of artists in the Absolute line that we work with. For instance, the I Make Boys Cry artist, I believe, uh, Ronaldson Friere. I don't know how. Uh, Friary. I don't know. I haven't heard it spoken, but yeah, the he does the interiors for I Make Boys Cry, and I believe he's also from
Okay.
Brazil. So, and then we've also Eduardo Francesco, who's an amazing cover artist, does some work with us. But yeah, so quick little background. Ricardo is the interior artist for Darkon, and he began
That's
with
yeah.
issue 1. So he's here. I'm the creator of Darkon. It's actually he's actually the longest running character that I've had. And so he's dearest to my heart, but I wanted to bring in, he's always been a very dark character. A lot of people, by the way, it is pronounced Darkon, not Darchon.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people, his
I
full
have some
name,
troubles over here in Brazil to
yeah.
people say the name for me. Darchon.
Yeah. um, but people will learn it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But his name is we'll find out, is a little bit of a pun how he got his name, because he's a very dark character. It's dark on black, Blaque.
Uh,
So there's a little bit of pun in his name. But I've always loved that character. And so the writer for the first 2 issues is Mort Castle, who's a
yeah.
famous horror novelist. He's actually
Yeah.
won Bram Stoker awards for horror. So he brings a very dark sensibility to the series. But for issue 3, since it is a crossover, I wanted to with White
Distribute
Widow.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm handling that, and then Mort will be back starting with issue 4.
That's great. I love Mort.
Yeah, yeah. You hate
Very
me,
good.
but Mort's good.
No, I know.
But which, by the way, for those who are interested, the Darkon, this is the first issue, the A cover, and then we've got the more rare B cover, which is kind of a companion. It's a little bit, we call it the darker cover, and then we've got the Jamie Tyndall variant as well. So these are available.
I love the covers.
Yeah, yeah.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, Jamie did an awesome job. We got, I believe, Admiro Wijaya did that cover.
I made it. I made the sketch for this one.
You did the sketch, okay?
Yeah.
So and then Admira painted it. So
it turns very beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. He does. He's a great great painter, digital painter, and obviously
amazing job.
So just gonna jump in right quick. So there will be a Kickstarter for White Widow number issue 6 and Darkon together. Same way how we did I Make Boys Cry with this, because it is a 2-part story. Iwan Nazif will still be doing the interior for the White Widow. And Ricardo is going to be handling the artwork for Darkon, which has been a lot of fun to see your interpretation of the character, which I'll show some sneak peeks here in a minute. It's a lot of fun. I think the story is a bit of a departure. Obviously, her going to hell, which you'll see. Is that literal? We'll see. Yeah. But I'm going to show you guys a sneak peek at some of the covers here. All right. So first up, now some of these you may have seen online because of the way that Diamond Previews does. But for those who don't, I'm going to share, and hopefully this doesn't crash anything. So this is the A cover for White Widow number 6. It's by Ali Garza. And he is obviously an amazing artist here as well. It's a gorgeous cover.
Yeah, it is.
You know, he does such a great job. So this will be available. This is the retailer cover A. So this will be available in comic book shops everywhere. So you can pre-order that. Next up, we've got the B cover. Now this one's going to blow you guys away. This is Tim Vigil. I don't know if you're familiar. Some of you might be a little younger, might not recognize that name. But Tim Vigil is known as Faust, the Faust artist. He is one of the all-time greats. And so he sent us this cover, and it blew us away. So this will be a metallic ink cover. And again, this is the B cover. So this is going to be available in stores. Sanju, sorry, did the colors on this, and he did an amazing job. So that one's going to be.
Cover. I love it.
Oh yeah, He does such amazing detail.
So we're gonna have Benny. First, we're gonna have the Kickstarter for White Widow number 6. Then we have Darkon number 3, right?
It'll be all in one Kickstarter. So,
okay.
I mean, So, and it's going to be a short Kickstarter. So that's one of the things too, is rather than doing like a month long, we're probably going to make it maybe a week, week and a half, 2 weeks at the most. So you guys can get in, get out. We're already finishing the books, and Ricardo's hard at work. We've got the colorist, we've got color pages already. So we're going to get this done and on its way to printer, hopefully within like 4 weeks. It would be optimal. So that'll be a good one. Then we've got, here is,
yeah, I am looking forward to see the color page.
Yeah, we'll show it here in just a minute.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Great.
So here we've got, this one is our C cover. This is the last of the retailer covers for White Widow. And it is beautiful. It is a lenticular. So it will animate. It's by Genzo Man, who is one of our more consistent popular artists. So that one will be available again through your retailer. You can order that. Also, all the retailer editions will be available on our Kickstarter, but it's, especially a lot of people like to get multiple covers. It's cheaper to get them at your local store. We're upfront about that because you don't have to pay for shipping. So we do recommend that. All right, now we get to the fun ones. Well, here, let me show there's only one retailer cover for Darkon. So this is the Darkon cover, which it's a lot of fun. And it kind of shows, again, it matches the Aligarza cover to a degree, as almost a sister cover.
Who made this one?
You know what? I am terrible with his name. He's a newer artist for us, but I can't read that.
Yeah, I can't read it either.
So
it's hard to read, but I love the cover.
Yeah.
It's a pity that we can read the name.
Yeah. It's in the previews. So for Diamond, so I do have that. So here, let's start getting into some of the covers. There's no particular order to these. I'm just going to start with, I believe this is, let me see. This is, now, some of these are going to be White Widow. Some of them will be Darkon. One of the things I do want to mention right at the top is people may have noticed we're doing less and less covers in our Kickstarters each time. And the reason for that is we do not want to overly stress out our fans and our readers by having too much, especially with so many retailer exclusive variants out there. We felt we've been going down. I think for our first issue, we had like 50 covers. so it went from, I
saw that campaign.
So that went from from 50 down to 40, down to 30, down to 20, and it was like 20 on issue 5. So we're probably going to be around 15 on issue 6, and we'll probably only have like 6 or 7 covers for Darkon. So this is one of the covers, and that's the Naughty. That will likely be a metal. And then here is the companion. So this will probably be a White Widow cover, while the other one would be a Darkon cover. And when you see the story and everything, a lot of this is going to make more sense. I like to do things that have the covers done that match. Then this one is from Benny Powell. That last one was Colette Turner, by the way. The last one is Colette. This is my wife, Jenna. This is going to be a sketch cover. So artists can sketch in here, or you can just keep it as is. It's a beautiful piece.
Yeah, yes,
Um,
it is.
so that's the White Widow, and then here is the companion Darkon SketchUp cover. So again by Jenna. By the way, both of these are colored by CC De La Cruz. So which any of you who are fans of Lady Death might recognize that name as one of the more common colorists for Lady Death. And it's a she. CC is a she. So you're going to see a lot of, actually, we didn't plan this, but a lot in this one, it just so happens that we had a lot of female artists so doing covers for us. So that's kind of a fun, amazing
Yeah,
coincidence.
I didn't have a chance to see these covers. They are gorgeous, especially because they mirror each other, right?
Right.
And you have the dark one, the white one. I love it.
And then this will be a metal.
Oh,
So uh again, don't know whether this will be a Darkon or a White Widow. We'll find out. We're still like mapping out exactly where the covers are. Sometimes we move things around because we're inspired by the artwork that comes in, but this is kind of a heaven and hell um, uh, cover, and I think it's gorgeous. It'll look once it's metal. It's gonna be
yeah, yeah.
it'll be metal, you know. um, so then we've got. Let me pull up another one. Well, I'll get this one since we were talking sketch covers. For the first time, we're going to do a black sketch cover. So,
Isn't
with
that interesting? I like this one.
so, and the white will be glow in the dark.
Oh, great.
So that's going to be a fun. Um, that's going to be a fun one. It'll be interesting to see what people can do because they have to use obviously like paints and things like that. But our
Yeah,
sketch
I already imagining doing some kind of sketch with those
Copic,
silver. Yeah,
yeah,
and I used to work with this kind of more glossy on Comic Cons, especially in São Paulo. It's a
yeah.
great possibility.
Well, what's fun with these covers as well is our sketch covers. We utilize a special paper, and the
Okay.
paper it's literally unique in the world. No one else has this. It's kind of our little trade secret that we've got going on. It takes Copic markers. It takes any medium, and so it's going to be. It's we've never done a black, so this is going to be new. But
Yeah, I
given
never
the
saw
fact
it,
that
man. I never see something like that.
I've seen some other companies do black and reds and things like that, but
Yeah,
you
with
know,
another colors I already seen, but all black it's first time.
but having glow in the dark, I think will also be fun and set that apart.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a good game.
and then here is now, this is one of my favorites that's come in. It's Chad Harden,
Yeah,
which just he's amazing.
yeah. It's a very
So
sexy one.
oh yeah, and just having her come out of the grave. So that one's definitely, we're going to keep that virgin. Um, so, but if you're not familiar, Chad Harden is the cover artist, and I believe he does the interiors as well for DC for Harley Quinn. So,
Oh,
he's
great.
he's an amazing artist. Um, uh, we've got here's a fun one by Pop Man. He's a Marvel DC artist, and again, it kind of expresses what's going on to a degree. It seems like superheroes, when they get together, they don't get along sometimes.
This is a
It,
dramatic one for sure.
and then the inks were just so beautiful. We decided, you know what? We also do um, coloring book
Black
covers.
and white. Ah, great.
So you can actually, so this will be on our special paper again, so you can color it yourself, or just
Oh,
keep it as a black and white version. Um, so it's just, I honestly, I love the colors, but the black and white to me is like, it just blew me away as soon as I saw it. I said, this has to be um, a
yeah. You have to get a black and white version of this for
oh yeah,
sure.
oh yeah.
It's very powerful.
So then we've got, hold on, I'm gonna free up some space. Um, all right, so then I think the last two that we have now, we have more covers, but the last two I'm going to show, this is by Ariel, uh, Ariel Diaz, and this gives a bit of a spoiler. Small spoiler. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
explain exactly, but uh, this one's uh, one, and then here is the battle damage variant. So the battle damage will, this one will be a metal. That much you can bet
Great.
on. So those are the covers we have so far for that campaign. There will be one by Jamie. I'm working on two covers myself, one for each title because I'm greedy. Um, um, we've got she's already done them and turned them in, but we haven't finished edits and tweaks, so I don't want to show it. We've got two by Sora Song, who she hasn't done a cover for us since issue 3, so it's great to have her back. And she had her favorite colorist do those. So who I think is also a female. So we've got a lot of female art talent, which is awesome.
It's good to hear.
Did we simply we don't and then I've got, who is it? Ulamas is doing a cover as well. Um, and I think we have another cover by Ali Garza, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if there's anyone else, but that's just it off the top of my mind. So, um, but yeah, it's they're amazing covers. Um,
Yeah.
to
Considering this a campaign for 2 books, you have a good amount of covers
right,
for 2 books.
yeah, and one of the things that I want to explain a little bit as well, because again, she's going to cross over with Darkon.
Yeah.
Um, Darkon is not your, who and what he is a bit of a mystery still. So those of you who are getting into, and many of you probably have already read the first 1 or 2 issues in our campaigns. So, and these will be available as digital. You can buy on our store right now on Dragon Con issue ones. So if you missed it in your store, they're sold out most places. You can buy the first issues. The second issues are on their way. Well, they're at the printer, so they're on their way. And those issues look amazing. We've got a cover by. Did you do the Did you do the cover that's behind me right there? Did you do that design?
I
There,
I
let
don't
me.
know if I can recognize it. It's a little far, but
It's
I don't think so.
I think it's Admira as well. Um,
Yeah. I
uh,
think I just made a sketch for, I don't know if I did for 2 covers or just that one.
okay.
I really don't remember.
Um,
but I would be glad to do more.
Nah, we don't like you. No. Here is, let me see, I can pull up real quick. I don't think, actually, that's not the final. I can pull up
I'm
the,
looking forward to see the colored page.
yeah, well, that's next. I know you're like, show me.
Yeah, you
Hurry
teasing for
up.
sure.
I'm milking it. I'm
Yeah,
all right, so we got these two. So these are the two covers for those who haven't seen them. Let me see. Fit on screen. Fit screen. All right. So all right. So here is the
yeah. This this is gorgeous. I love this one.
so that's the main cover for retail edition for Darkon, and this is the my crease art, the foil edition.
Yeah,
So so those are gorgeous as well.
I must say, Benny, I really love these dark hunt costumes. I remember when you commissioned me to make it. I have some reference you sent me, and
Yeah,
but I I really love this shoot. You know,
yeah, he's always been uh, you know, a
it's kind
character
of
that
sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, it's like you have this athletic superhero combined with a more mystique kind of suit. You know, I love work with the cape. You know, the cowl over. It's you have a mysterious look over it. I really like it.
All right, you guys are gonna see. I'm gonna show the first 4 pages. So this is a little bit, a lot bit, um, a spoiler to a degree.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it. So, and they don't. I don't have words. These are the unedited raw pages. So let me pull those up. Uh,
show me the goods.
so here's page 1,
Page one. Yes.
page 2, page 3, which this will be black bordered. um, and page
Page
4.
four.
So,
Okay.
which there will be some textures added in and stuff on this by the time we do final. So,
Okay.
but I think they look gorgeous. I love,
I love this page.
yeah, yeah. So, bottom line is Darkon is, like he says, it's a different type of character. Um, uh, you know, we're gonna be able to get we're gonna be able to get um, um, to know him a bit. On the surface, he seems like this almost like a Doctor Strange type of character to a degree, but Ricardo knows the secret. He's got a really dark secret. So he's not exactly what you think. There's kind of some of the mysteries that surround him. You find out that he seems to be from a long line of Darkons, dating all the way back to the late 1800s. And yet they all look exactly the same. So um, he was a bit of a celebrity at one point. He's kind of he wears a lot of different hats. He seems to be some kind of paranormal investigator or a stage magician or a
He's a
celebrity
enthusiast.
jazz enthusiast. He's worked with the military. He's worked with governments. Um, he's a very strange character that people don't exactly know. And White Widow goes to him to find some answers. That supposedly even though he's unorthodox, he may be able to help her with. So, yeah, it creates an interesting situation and one that's a bit of a departure, but still very much keeping with White Widow, and it's a really fun 2-part story. Getting into the future of where we're going with White Widow, because of the events of this story, you know, those of you who have seen previews, you realize we're going to lead up to White Widow in issue 7. We'll not be doing any more crossovers for a while, not any direct crossovers. So this will be the last of the crossovers, at least for 5-6 issues, perhaps, that we will see. So that's a very important thing. She may appear in other stories in the background, or other characters like we revealed today. Pulse, one of her villains that she faced in issue 2, will cross over with First Defense with their issue 3. So this is kind of going to mark the last of these crossovers for a while, because in issue 7 we finally get to a point where she's going to confront Blood Widow in Japan. So assuming she doesn't die, and this is all a red herring because we decided to copy Walking Dead. Which ticked a lot of people off. But
you are giving the heads up.
Yeah, who knows?
One of the things that I like on the book so far is the interaction between them, White Widow and Darkon.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I don't want to say much, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah, they're
back forth.
They've got a little counterplay between the two of them. It's going to be there's Darkon has a bit of humor to him, a very dark humor, aptly, which you guys can see in the first 2 issues. So feel free to pick that up. I think it'll be important. I think people, once you guys get a chance to see this character and stuff, you'll see that we're trying to really build a very solid universe here. I don't think we have any bad books in our lineup, and they do cross over and interweave and interlock. So for the collectors out there looking for the key issues, obviously number 1s are important, and we've got a bunch of them, and at some point or another they will all cross over. One of the things, as well as we like with Darkon will then cross over with other issues and stuff. I'm working with Mort on that, in fact. So we announced this morning Darkon, the character, will appear in an issue, a storyline in First Defense, for instance, which is a very, very bizarre thing. So yeah, we'll see. Also worth pointing out, Darkon does appear in, which Ricardo drew this. He appeared in the first issue of Markiplier, which is also on sale, and the link is below. So
that's a funny one.
Yeah. I wrote that one as well. So with Mark. So So yeah, so these are a lot of fun, and Ricardo's an amazing artist. So we're happy to work with him. And if you guys have any other questions and stuff, always feel free to reach out to us. Did you have anything else you wanted to say, Ricardo?
No, no, that only that I had very fun doing that one more time, and I hope I can do a lot of more action and throwing monsters, all of that pop vibe that he brings, and I hope we can carry on this character for a long time. He's very fun
Yeah,
to do.
I hope so too. Like I said, this is my heart character. The funny little quick aside story is, in practically every video game since the late '70s, my character name was Darkon. So that's how long ago.
Oh, God.
So every role playing game, every everything. So it's I'm old, but yeah, I appreciate it. So it's great to see him getting his traction, and I think people will really enjoy seeing the art, the story, and bringing just another dimension to the absolute universe. One of the things we're trying to do is we want to be able to how the Marvel universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's all one cohesive thing, and yet you know um, each movie is a completely different style or genre almost.
Yeah,
Thor Ragnarok was a buddy cop film. You had um, Winter Soldier, Captain America's Winter Soldier was a spy espionage thriller. So we kind of like to do the same thing too. It's not everything is all superheroes. White Widow herself is a bit spy mixed with thriller, mixed with she's being chased by this pseudo government group. Darkon's a little bit of horror, a little bit of superhero, a little bit of supernatural, monsters, humor, some various elements and stuff, which more aptly handles, and Ricardo does a great job of illustrating. So that's just, I kind of wanted to give everyone an idea that when we say we're expanding this and stuff, we're looking at it as, yes, it's a cohesive universe, but don't expect to necessarily get the same exact thing over and over and over and over again. It's going to be, you're going to have a very broad and enjoyable, I think, experience, the same way as what we hope, the way people do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, but I appreciate you joining me, Ricardo. I am
appreciate too, Benny. I was very delightful that you invited me, and I hope I can do this one more time. Not so nervous because I'm a little nervous to do the show, but
yeah,
it was much appreciated.
I don't think anyone had any trouble understanding you. You're perfect English, far better than my Portuguese. So,
Okay. I will try to do my best next time.
all right, no worries. It's great. I appreciate you guys, and thank you all for joining
Thank you
us.
very much.
And we'll look forward to you. We're going to have more broadcasts all weekend long, and we hope you tune in. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.